Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of Dungeon Fighter 2nd Edition by Horrible Guild. Now before I open up the box, I'd like to ask you to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and also check out my Patreon page if you'd like to support what I do financially. And you can do so for as little as just €1 per month, and in return you will get early access to all of my videos, your name in the credits, and access to some Patreon exclusive content. Alright, let's open up the box and see what's inside. So this is the box for Dungeon Fighter 2nd Edition with the same kind of goofy artwork that we know from the original Dungeon Fighter. Looks really fun. It is a game designed by Lorenzo Silva, Lorenzo Tucci Sorrentino, and Aureliano Buonfino. Published by Horrible Guild. It's a game for ages 8 and up, 1 to 6 players, plays in about 45 minutes. So we have that on all the sides. And there is also a vertical side if you want to store your game vertically on your shelf, which I always appreciate. And on the back of the box we see the game in action, of course, the dice, the board, the cards, the characters, and a little bit of text, of course, on what the game is about, plus a QR code if you want to scan and learn more about it. All right, let's open up the box. Right, so first of all, we have a little booklet here, a leaflet with all of their games, which is pretty cool. Check those out. I have several of these reviewed on my channel as well, and that's always nice to have. There is a rule book, of course, for Dungeon Fighter 2nd Edition, which shows you all of the components with pictures, a little bit of a text, what the game is about. The setup of the game here, really nicely illustrated too. Dungeon and combat, this is where the rules start at page 6. Hit and miss, hero sheet anatomy, specific throw requirements with examples, always handy. Resting, shopping time, nice. Equipment, combat example, final boss combat, and end game scoring. There's some additional information here about dungeon card effects, hero abilities, and monster abilities. And here are some icons and specific throws explained as a reference as well. And of course there are more boxes. They made 4. So we got the regular 2nd edition, and there are multiple expansions, if you will, but I think they're all standalone, and they have different kinds of boards and different kinds of dice as well, so that's pretty cool. So if you like the core game, check out the expansions. And there's also a role-playing game coming called One More Quest. Alright, so we have that. Then we have a punch board with a large treasure chest here, and all of these tokens with a hole in them. There's this board with 0 to 9 and then 10, so I guess to keep score, or maybe health, I don't know, because this is a heart there. You have a crown token, you have a couple of these tokens, and these are double-sided. Alright, then we have the board, which fits in a nice insert specifically designed to hold this. That's pretty cool. And this is, of course, in 4 parts, and you puzzle them together like so into a big round target. So let me just demonstrate that real quick. There you go. And you do it in such a way that the 5s are opposite from each other and the 4s as well. So that's pretty cool. Looks really nice. And let's see if there's anything on the back. No, it's not double-sided. So we have this one board, And there we go. It's even lettered here. So A, B, C, D. I'll shoot this on the bottom so you can see which ones go where. Then we have, of course, the dice. So let's see what's on these dice. A couple of symbols. I just take them out, and I'm assuming the white ones are all the same. I'm just going to put them in there. So the white one has one eye symbol, and the rest of the sides are all blank. So it's 1 and 6. So there we go. And then we have the colored ones. So we have a green one, which has, let's see, 2 eye, 3 eye symbols and 3 blanks. So this is a 50-50 die. And I want to drop it next to the box. We have a blue one, which has 1, 2, 3, also 3 eye symbols, also 50-50 one. And the red one is also the same. 3 and 3 blanks. All right. So we have the dice, which fit in here really nicely. And then, of course, we have a bunch of cards. There's a little spot here for your tokens. So you can put those tokens in there. There might be some room beneath here as well. Oh, look at that. We even have some really cool looking plastic coins here. That's really cool. Let me just get one so you can look at that better. A couple. So there you go. With a 1 on them. They are different on both sides. One side has a 1 and one side has a queen, I guess. So it's pretty light plastic, but you know, that's pretty cool. And we have some hearts as well. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And these go into these holes on the board here. So that's pretty cool. There's a dark heart here with spikes, and there's the regular red hearts in plastic. So that's pretty cool. We have those. And it looks like this is actually card size as well. So that means, you know, you can put your cards here, you can sleeve them, there's plenty of room. But if you have more cards, maybe there's, you know, you want to consolidate a couple of expansions in one box, perhaps you put some cards here as well, I guess. So yeah, I'll just put these in here for now the way they came. That's fine. So let's take a look at the hero boards. Let me just rip that off. All right. So we have Merca Mistcleaver, the Amazonian warrior. So that's pretty cool. And you have the 3 colored dice there. And on the back, they are all the same. They just have this illustration. There's Grace Clean Cut, another warrior woman, knight. There's Wilrond. Wilrond, kind of like, it does look like Will Smith there. There's Edith Grognard, an orcish bard. There's Goldfinger, the thief. Margarilda, a warrior woman with an axe and some beer. I like the little goblin that's just squashed there. A little hand here. That's really funny. I love the art. There's Marvin, the wizard. Brad Breakfast, the halfling. That's pretty cool. Only amateurs stop at second breakfast. A lot of references here. So those are the heroes you can choose from. There's plenty. It's pretty cool. So those go here. And then we have some cards. So let's open up the first pack. So these have all kinds of enemies. So there's a zombie there. A headless knight. Giant cooking mama. Ancient gargoyle. Baby dragon. And they have these icons on the bottom that show you how to roll the dice, I guess. You know. This doesn't have anything. Baby dragon. Leeching, so they have special effects. Puss in Sneakers. The way he looks at them is just so funny. Charming Goblin. The art alone is hilarious. Haven't even played the game. And I know the game is fun. I've seen it played several times. I've seen it at Spiel. And you just toss the dice in funny ways. It's very much a dexterity game, of course, but it's also a party game. Uncanny horror. Just a lot of fun. The Hydra with the different heads. Heroic Goblin. Famous vampire. That's really cool. Owlbear. They're all different too. That's really cool. No repetition in cards here. So lots and lots of different cool artwork here. All right, so those were these cards. Then we have different kinds of cards here. I guess items perhaps. Or this might be the dungeon map. You get into different chambers, different rooms, magic mirror. Danger zone. Fighting through the danger zone. Really cool. Abandoned theater. Yeah, all kind of stuff. That's really cool. And again, with unique art on every card. Super cool. Except for the empty cell. There's several empty cells here. Pantry, the pot of gold, equipment room, a couple of those. Stream of restoration, a couple of those. Another pot of gold, another one. All right. There we have some bosses, I guess, because these are different. That does look very boss-like with the hit points there. That's cool. 8 goblins and 1 sword, like the 3 goblins in a coat. Dungeon, the dragon. Final destination, Prince of Darkness, Shroomzilla. That's really cool. All right, so I'll put these together here. Let's take a look at the second pack. All right, so we have different cards here. These are marked with a 2. These are marked with a 1. And we have these backpack cards as well. So I guess that's gear that you can use to upgrade your character. So there we go. Mirror, you can use a mirror. You have to roll backwards. Twirl the die. Dragon's Breath. The Sacred Grenade. So yeah, again, lots of cool items, fun items with funny ninja stuff. Funny illustrations, funny titles. Everything about this game is very, very humorous. So I cannot wait to try this. It's super funny. The Exterminator. That's super cool. A couple of repeated there. Foul smelling potion. XL. Capacitor flux potion. Does it enable time travel? Rethrow the die you just threw, yeah. Oh, the napalm. Voodoo doll. Super cool. Bullfrog. Shady guy. All right, so these have, that's the number 1s here. These, so those might be the easier bosses. The cute bear. Stinky boar, goblin. Still number 1. And then we had a couple of the Catbrus. That's still number 1. The Dark Swan Goblin. That's level 2. And the Monkey King. So these that didn't have a level on them. No, these don't. So yeah, those are all of the cards. And that was everything that's in the box. And a quick reboxing. It's clear that the cards go here, the dice go here. I put the separate smaller tokens in this slot here, so the circular ones as well. It's just a few. I ended up putting all of these tokens in the baggie that the dice came in, and I'm going to put that here in that vault. Then you can put all the character boards. Now wait a second, first you need to put the treasure tile here. There's a spot for that. That goes in first. and then you put the hero boards on top of that. I even got a promo hero here, which I wanted to show you. Betty Loudscream, another bard, which is pretty cool. A barbarian, I would say, with the axe. And that's a promo I got at Spiel, so if you're getting this at a convention, make sure to ask for promos. And so we have that. I'll just put this in here as well. And then this board goes on top of that to keep all of that in place. And then of course we've already seen that the board itself goes in like this, with the puzzle pieces on top and the bone on the right, and that's how it all fits back in the box. Plenty of room for everything, and yeah, I mean they needed the size of the box basically for the board. So, you know, size-wise, that's fine. Perhaps could have been not as tall because, you know, you don't need that much space. But on the other hand, if you sleeve your cards, you probably need more height. So yeah, it seems like they've been pretty economical with the space in the box. All right.
And so that was my unboxing of Dungeon Fighter 2nd edition by Horrible Guild. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, please check out my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below or the icon at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.